quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics. Okay. Now, see here. Suppose psi is a defined function. Psi is equal to, suppose they are given the a into e to the power ikx plus e to the power minus ikx. Okay. Now, where e to the power plus ikx and minus ikx is an eigenstate of Hamiltonian. Okay, these are e to the power plus ikx and e to the power minus ikx are eigenstate of Hamiltonian H. Okay. Now, and here they are given the free particles. What will be measurement on state psi? What will be measurement? Measurement on state psi. Okay. Measurement. What will be measurement on state psi? Okay. If momentum is measured on state psi, what will be measurement? Okay. Now see here, such type of questions asked on these topics. Okay. Now see here. Suppose they are given the psi is equal to how much? A e to the power ikx plus a e to the power minus ikx. Clear? E to the power ikx, comma e to the power minus ikx are eigenstate of Hamiltonian H. Okay. Now, and they are given the free particle. They are given the free particles means potential energy is equal to how much? For a free particle case, potential V is equal to how much? 0. V is equal to how much? 0. Clear? Now potential is equal to 0. And they ask what is the measurement? And they ask for Hamiltonian. Okay. Hamiltonian is nothing but kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy plus potential energy. But here given system is a free particle system. Given system is a free particle, then potential energy is equal to how much? 0. Means whatever the total energy is nothing but kinetic energy. Okay. Now then what is the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is equal to simply p square upon 2m. Okay. And p square is nothing but h cross square, or what is the momentum operator? Momentum operator is minus h cross square upon 2m into del square psi or double square psi upon double x square. Okay. Now, how to find out the measurements? Okay. Any operator, okay, operate on any function psi, okay, or we can write on the kth side. We're getting some eigenvalue and wave function as it is. Okay. O psi is equal to lambda psi. Okay. This operator operate on this wave function psi. We're getting some eigenvalue and wave function as it is. Clear? Now, second one. What is the measurement here? Measurement is nothing but this eigenvalue. Clear? Now, see here. Hamiltonian operator. H operate on this state. H operate on this kth side or particular eigenstate. What is the particular eigenstate? First eigenstate is e to the power ikx. What is the second eigenstate is e to the power minus ikx. Means suppose H operate on first eigenvector e to the power ikx operator. Okay. Then H operate on first one e to the power ikx. Okay. What is the measurement? This is nothing but minus h cross square, or okay, minus h cross square upon 2m into double square upon double x square e to the power ikx. Okay. What is the first derivative? First derivative is ik. Okay. What is the second derivative? Minus ik. This is the first derivative. And what is the second derivative? Second derivative again ik. Then what is the remaining part? Minus h cross square upon 2m into double square over, then e to the power ikx. Okay. Then this is equal to how much? h cross square, here sign is minus, okay, already we can take inside here, then minus, and I into I become I square. I square is equal to minus 1. Minus into minus plus. Okay. Now this is equal to how much then? This is equal to h cross square k square upon 2m into e to the power I k x. Okay. Now here e to the power I k x is nothing but psi. E to the power I k x is nothing but psi. Means each operate on this wave function psi. We getting eigenvalue is nothing but, or measurement is nothing but h cross square k square upon 2m into k psi is like that. Okay. For which case? For first eigenstate e to the power plus I k is eigenstate. For what is the second eigenstate? Yes. Second eigenstate means e to the power minus I k x. At that time we can operate the h operate on e to the power minus I k x. Then what is the measurement? Here lambda is nothing but measurement. Okay. What is this measurement? H cross square k square upon 2m. H cross square k square upon 2m. This is the measurement for first e to the power plus I k x. And for second case, what is the measurement? Again we are getting the same like that, minus h cross square upon 2m. Okay. What is the first derivative? First derivative is minus I k. What is the second derivative? Also minus I k into e to the power minus I k x. Okay. E to the power how much? Minus I k x. Minus I k minus I k. Minus into minus become plus. Okay. Plus into minus minus. But here I into I is nothing but I square. I square is minus. Minus into minus plus. Means h cross square k square upon 2m. H cross square k square upon 2m into e to the power minus I k x. E to the power minus I k x. Now h operate on e to the power minus I k x. We getting measurement is h cross square k square upon 2m. Means what is the measurement for both the cases? Both the functions means e to the power plus I k x. Measurement is h cross square k square upon 2m. What is the measurement for minus I k x? Also same, h cross square k square upon 2m. Okay. Sometimes they ask the questions on what is the measurement for this case. Yes. What is the measurement? H cross square k square upon 2m. Okay. Now second one. What is the second things? Second thing, suppose check momentum. Okay. Check momentum. Yes. Momentum. We know that momentum P is equal to, yes, momentum momentum operator Px is equal to how much? Momentum operator Px is equal to minus IH cross dou upon dou x. Minus IH cross dou upon dou x. Okay. Now this is the operator. Suppose operate on particular state. Which state? Suppose e to the power plus I k x state. Okay. Px operate on, suppose we consider this psi 1. Then operate on psi 1. What happened? We getting minus IH cross into derivative of e to the power I k x is I k derivative. Okay. I k into e to the power I k x. Clear? Now I into I square. I into I square. I square is minus. Minus into minus. H cross k into e to the power plus I k x. Means the Px psi is equal to, this e to the power I k x is nothing but psi. Means H cross k psi. Px psi is equal to lambda psi. Okay. Means Px psi is equal to lambda psi. What is the measurement here? Measurement is nothing but H cross k. For which case? For e to the power plus I k x case. Okay. E to the power plus I k x case. Now, what is the measurement for e to the power minus I k x? E to the power minus I k x functions. Okay. Means this case, this is the wave function is eigen function of this operator. Clear? This satisfy this condition, then we can say that psi is the eigen function of this operator. Clear? Now, first one. For second one, similarly for Px operate on minus I k x. Okay. We are getting minus IH cross. Okay. And what is this one? This is also minus IH cross. into e to the power minus ikx. Clear? Now here minus into minus become plus. But here I into I square. I square is a minus 1. Means we are getting the measurement is minus h cross k e to the power minus ikx. Okay? Here also we are getting, or we can satisfying this condition, px psi is equal to lambda psi. Means what is the measurement for this case? Suppose lambda 1 is measurement for this one. Lambda 2 measurement is h cross k. Okay? Means psi is the eigenfunction of momentum operator px. But for particular case, हम टोटल केस के लिए देखेंगे कि px is a psi is eigenfunction of operator psi or not. Psi is eigenfunction of this operator. Check it. Minus IH cross dou upon dou x. Now we can operate the total wave function. What is the total wave function? Total wave function is a e to the power ikx plus e to the power minus ikx. Clear? A we can take common out, e to the power ikx plus e to the power minus ikx. Are you समझ में? Now we can take the first derivative of this function. Then what happened? We are getting minus IH cross first derivative. Suppose plus ik. Second derivative minus ik. We can take outside. Then what is the remaining one? A e to the power ikx minus e to the power minus ikx. Clear? Now I into I square minus 1, minus into minus become plus. Means we are getting h cross k. Means we are getting some eigenvalue, no problem. But what is the problem here? We cannot say this is nothing but psi. This is nothing but psi. Then we can say this is not an eigenfunction of this operator. Then we can say this is nothing. Okay, we cannot write down this function is nothing but psi. Means p or any operator O cap psi is equal to lambda psi condition is not satisfied here. Okay, then we can say psi is not eigenfunction of this operator. Clear? Means momentum is not this wave function is not a eigenfunction of momentum operator. Okay, clear? Now second one, sometimes they ask the secant, this is eigenfunction of Hamiltonian or not, or h. Okay, HSI. HSI is nothing but yes, h cross square upon 2m. Okay, take the double derivatives, dou square upon dou x square. Okay, into psi. Okay, what is the value of psi? Psi is equal to a e to the power ikx plus e to the power minus ix. हमें कौन सी कंडीशन चेक करना है? O psi is equal to lambda psi. O psi is equal to lambda psi condition is satisfied. Then we can say psi is the eigenfunction of this operator. Clear? Now here this condition is not satisfied. क्यों? क्योंकि here we getting the sign is minus. Actually original psi क्या है हमारे पास? Original psi है a e to the power plus ikx plus e to the power minus ikx. Then and then only we can write down this is nothing but psi. Clear? No. Check. Psi is eigenfunction of Hamiltonian operator or not? Clear? Minus h cross square upon 2m. Okay. What is the first derivative? First derivative is ik. What is the second derivative? Again ik. Clear? E to the power ikx plus what is the first derivative? Minus ik. What is the second derivative? Minus ik. E to the power minus ikx. Clear? Minus minus become plus. Minus minus become plus. Means both term we can take common out is minus h cross square upon 2m into ik. And what is the inside? Inside is write down here is a. Okay. A e to the power ikx plus e to the power minus ikx. Clear? Now I into I square is minus 1. Minus into minus become plus. Clear? Now this is equal to how much? H cross square k square upon 2m. Okay. What is the inside? Inside is a, and this part is nothing but psi. This part is nothing but psi. With this eigenfunction is this psi is the eigenfunction of this Hamiltonian operator. What is the measurement? Measurement is simply h cross square k square upon 2m. Here h cross square k square upon 2m. Okay. Now psi is this one. Then what is the psi star? Psi is nothing but kate psi. Simple psi is nothing but psi. जब हम psi लिखते हैं तो वो kate psi होता है, not only psi होता है. So this is equal to how much? A e to the power I k x plus e to the power minus I k x. Okay, लेकिन हमें ब्रैस आई लिखना है और स्टार लिखना है. Okay, psi star is nothing but क्या होता है? तो brass i is equal to how much? Take the complex conjugate of this function, then this become a star. Okay, and first part become minus I k x plus second part जो minus है वो बनेगा plus I k x. Second part become I k x. Sometimes they ask write down the what is the wave function after time t. What is the wave function after time t? How to write down the wave functions after time t? Psi of x comma t. X comma t, x represent position, t represent time. Means this is the wave function after time t. Okay. Then how to write down this one? This is equal to how much? Psi of x comma 0. मतलब जो भी function है हमारे पास at time t is equal to 0. Write down this one first. Into multiply करें e to the power minus. Suppose मान के चलिए कि we can find out for nth state. Then sin of x comma t is equal to sin of x comma 0 e to the power minus I e n t upon how much? H cross. This is the wave function after time t. Okay, clear? How to write down the wave function after time t? Sin of x comma t is equal to sin of x comma 0 e to the power minus I n t upon h cross. ये वैल्यू जो होगी वो बेसिस के हिसाब से चेंज हो जाएगी. क्लियर? ना सपोज मान के चलिए कि we can take this as a basis. Then what is the wave function? Psi of x comma t. Okay, ये जो wave function है, this is the wave function present at a time t is equal to 0. Means we can write down the psi of x comma 0. Okay, मतलब जो फंक्शन है वो दिस फंक्शन एट टाइम t इज इक्वल टू 0 प्रेजेंट है. क्लियर? हमें क्या लिखना है? व्हाट इज द वेव फंक्शन आफ्टर टाइम t? क्लियर? तो देन वी कैन राइट डाउन द psi of x, 0. व्हाट इज psi of x, 0? psi of x, 0 इज नथिंग बट दिस वेव फंक्शन. ओके, तो इसे कैसे लिखिए? a टेक आउटसाइड e टू द पावर I k x into e to the power minus I. Suppose we can consider this is a EM state, then mt upon h cross. Okay, plus second जो है उसे consider करेंगे EN state, then e to the power minus I k x into e to the power minus I e n t upon h cross. Clear? This is the mth state, this is the nth state. Then what is the wave function after time t? After time t is equal to a e to the power I k x e to the power minus I n t upon h cross plus e to the power minus I k x e to the power minus I n t upon h cross. Clear? Now, or simple, जब मान के चले कि what is the EM and EN energy? Already we can solve this one. I think. What is this one? We getting the eigenvalue h cross square k square upon 2m. We can solve for particular case. ये स्टेट के लिए भी हम एनर्जी फाइंड आउट करेंगे. We can take the double derivative. We getting the h cross square k square upon 2m. Means we can operate this one. We getting the lambda 1 is equal to मतलब फर्स्ट स्टेट के लिए h cross square k square upon 2m मिलेगा. ओके, और सेकंड स्टेट के लिए lambda 2 is equal to h cross square k square upon 2m. Clear? Means this is for which case? Suppose e to the power I k x case. We getting eigenvalues. Okay, and e to the power minus I k x के लिए क्या मिलेगा? h cross square k square upon 2m. This is the energy for this state. Clear? Now we can substitute this value in this equation. Then we can take this, both part will be common. Okay, same part. We getting eigenvalue will be same or energy will be same. Then take outside e to the power a e to the power minus I. What is this energy? H cross square k square upon 2m h cross t. Okay, and write on the inside e to the power I k x plus e to the power minus I k x. Okay, इस टाइप के कुछ क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. Then sometimes they ask what is the wave function after time. Okay, what is the mod square? Okay, sometimes they ask what is the mod square. तो mod square कैसे निकालते? The mod square is nothing but sin 2 psi star. Like that, mod z square can be written as z into z bar or z into z star. Similarly, mod psi square can be written as sin to psi star. Clear? Sin to psi star. Now what is the psi value? Psi value is a e to the power I k x plus e to the power minus I b x. Clear? Psi into psi star. We know that this is the psi star, this is the psi. A into a star become mod a square. Okay, yes. Next, e to the power plus I kx, e to the power minus I kx. इसे multiply करिए तो we getting plus minus get cancel. Okay, means here we getting plus 1. Second one, e to the power plus I kx minus I kx get cancel. Here we getting plus 1. Yes or no? Plus minus get cancel. और second जो है तो second क्या बनेगा देखिए, e to the power plus minus I kx and minus I kx become 2 times. And here also we get e to the power plus I kx plus I kx become 2 times. Means a to the power I 2 times of I kx plus e to the power minus 2 I kx ये बन जाएगा. ओके, इसे sin cos के फॉर्म में हम लिख सकते हैं. Then we can divide by 2 and multiply by 2. थोड़ा सा एडजस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं. Clear? Means this part can be written as cos e to the power I theta plus e to the power minus I theta upon 2. Clear? When this is equal to how much? Mod a square take outside 2 plus 2 cos theta, or we can take 2 is common out. This 2 plus this 2 take outside 2 1 plus cos 2 times of kx 2 times of kx. This is the value of mod psi square. This is the value of mod psi square. Okay. Now sometimes they ask the nature also. Okay. तो nature कैसे बन जाएगा? तो nature is like that. This is cos x है. So nature is getting the sinusoidal nature. Yes or no? Because here cos is present. Clear? No. Generally, sometimes they ask the questions on 1D box or box system. Yes or no? Or infinite box. Infinite box system. ये generally max questions ask on this topics. Compulsory questions होता है. कोई भी exam देखिए उसमें एक question तो compulsory इसके regarding होगा ही होगा. Clear? No, infinite box. What is the nature of this box? Here potential is equal to how much? 0. Potential is equal to 0. Here potential कितना होता है? Infinite. Here potential is equal to infinite. Okay. Now particle is present here. Okay. Simple सी बात है. This is a particle. This is moving like that. Okay. Particle present up to here. This is the boundary. Here inside this board, this is a strong material. Yes or no? We cannot penetrate this particle to this wall. Yes or no? Means here particle property is कितनी होगी? 0 होगी. Here particle property 0. मतलब मान के चलिए कि I am present here inside the classroom. Okay. Particle is present only inside this classroom. Yes or no? Suppose we can find out the property inside the wall. How much? 0. Because here potential is infinite. Barrier height is infinite. Clear? Means here potential is equal to infinite. अंदर हम particle find out कर सकते हैं क्या? नहीं find out कर सकते because this barrier is strong one. Okay, we cannot penetrate this wall. Clear? Means what is the wave function? Particle present नहीं है, इसका मतलब wave function 0. Clear? Now here also particle is not present 0. Suppose box width is 0 to e. Okay. A2 plus infinity. A2 plus infinity wave function 0. Minus infinity to a wave function 0. Clear? मतलब whatever the particle present inside the box only. Here wave function psi is not equal to 0. Clear? Wave function is not equal to 0. Now, what is the wave function for this case? Now we consider the particle is on this all is present. No, here also particle is not present. Means the wave function at a boundary also 0. Yes or no? Means psi is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to a. This one is a boundary. At this boundary, wave function is equal to how much? 0. Okay. Psi is equal to 0 at which points? At x is equal to 0, at x is equal to a to infinity or minus infinity to 0 to 0 a. Okay, but 0 to a also particle is absent. Sorry, 0 to a particle is present other than. Okay, now we can solve this one equations. Potential is equal to 0, then Hamiltonian is equal to क्या होता है? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. We can take the Schrödinger equations. Yes, HSI is equal to E psi. Okay, and we can solve this one. We're getting the way for solutions. Psi is equal to a e to the power I kx plus b e to the power minus I kx. Or in returning the form of sin and cos, then we're getting the sin kx plus b cos kx. Okay, and we can apply the boundary condition. Then we're getting a simple solution for box system. Psi of x is equal to a sin kx. A sin kx. A is known as a normalization constant. is known as a normalization constant. What is the normalization conditions? Normalization condition is psi star psi dx is equal to how much? Now given function is normalized, then what is the psi star psi integration? Psi star psi dx integration is equal to how much? 1. We getting the 1, then we can say this given function is normalized wave function, means well behaved, well satisfied wave functions. Clear? Psi star psi dx is equal to how much? 1. Okay, we can apply this one. Then we getting what is the value of a? A is equal to simply root 2 upon width of the box. Root 2 upon width of the box. Root 2 upon width of the box. Okay. Root 2 upon width of the box. What is the normalization constant? Simple, 2 upon width of the box. What is the width of this box? Width of the box is A. Then what is the normalization constant? Normalization constant is 2 upon A. Okay. Suppose width of the box is 2A. Width of box is 2A. Then what is the normalization constant? 0 to A. Then A is equal to root 2 upon 2A. Clear? Suppose the box width is minus A to plus A. The normalization constant root 2 upon 2A. Clear? Suppose the width of the box is minus 4A to plus 4A. Then what is the width of the normalization constant? 2 upon 8A. Okay, means no need to solve this one. Directly we can use this trick. 2 upon width of the box. 2 upon width of the box. Clear? आ रहा है समझ में? What is the normalization constant? कोई भी सिस्टम हो, डायरेक्टली कोई भी सिस्टम मतलब बॉक्स सिस्टम हो, तो how to we can use the which trick? A is equal to 2 upon under 2 upon width of the box. Clear? मतलब simply minus x to plus x, minus x to plus x, then psi of x is equal to how much? Psi of x is equal to root 2 upon 2x. Simple, 0 to x. Then psi is equal, normalization constant A is equal to root 2 upon A or x. Here we can take the x, we can write on the x here. Now, here box is symmetric, asymmetric. Here box is asymmetric box. Clear? Box is asymmetric. Then 0 to A, suppose मान कीजिए, we getting the psi of x is equal to how much? Psi of x is equal to root 2 upon A sin kx. Okay. Or we can substitute the kx value. What is the kx value here? Kx is equal to n pi x upon width. Okay, or n pi a is the k values. Okay. Now we can substitute this value here. Then we getting the psi of x is equal to yes, root 2 upon a sin n x pi x upon width of box is a. Clear? Now suppose width of box is 2a, means 0 to 2a. Then what is the sine of x? Sine of x is equal to root 2 upon 2a into sine n x pi upon how much? 2a. Means whatever the width here, just substitute here and here. Clear? Now, what is the n values are allowed in this case? Now, here we can study it in quantum mechanics. And we know that in quantum mechanics, ground state never zero. Okay, ground state तो zero नहीं आनी चाहिए. So what is the energy for this case? General formula is nx square or n square pi square h cross square upon 2ml square. Okay. Now these are energy levels. Energy for which system? Box system. Nx square pi square h cross square upon 2ml square or 2ms square. A is the width of the box. Clear? Now n is a principal quantum. Pi square h cross square upon 2ml square. Clear? Now this is for 0 to a width the box. Then what is the energy? Energy is equal to this one. Clear? Now here, तो आपको idea नहीं आएगी. We can choose the nx values or en value. Nx is equal to, we can start from suppose 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Generally यहाँ से हमें decide नहीं करना. We can start from nx is equal to 0, 1, 2. Here तो we can substitute the nx is equal to 0. Then we getting the energy is equal to 0. मतलब आपको समझ में आएगा कि this energy 0 or n is equal to 0. मतलब n is equal to 0 is not allowed in this case. Clear? But problem arise in not 1D. Problem arise in 2D and 3D because at that time we getting the energies are nx square plus ny square. Bracket complete pi square h cross square upon 2ml square upon 2ml square or 2ml square. At that time आपको दिक्कत हो जाएगी. Understand? At that time we can choose the value of nx and ny is 1 0, then again energy is not equal to 0, or we can choose the 0 1, energy is not equal to 0. तो आप बोलेंगे 1 0 और 0 1 is allowed in this case, clear? But in box system 0 0 is not allowed. Why 0 0 is not allowed? Simple. तो आप function पे focus करेंगे. We can substitute the nx is equal to 0. What happen? Then whole theta becomes 0. Whole theta becomes 0. Then we know that sin 0 is equal to how much? 0. तो psi is equal to 0. Psi is equal to 0 का मतलब क्या है? यहाँ particle present ही नहीं है. Clear? Particle is absent. No need to find out the whatever the momentum, whatever the energy. Yes or no? मान के चलिए इस क्लासरूम में कोई भी particle present नहीं है तो no need to find out the anything. Yes or no? मतलब आपके यहाँ present ही नहीं है तो वहाँ कुछ भी quantity find out करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Clear? Now similarly here also. Means why we can choose the nx is equal to 1 or comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Don't focus on energy, focus on wave function. Wave function. Here nx is equal to 0, then wave function becomes 0. Wave function becomes 0 means particle is absent. Particle is absent. No need to find out the energies. Clear? Now system is a 2D box. Okay, system is 2D box. Clear? System is 2D box. 1D जो box होता है always नॉन डिजेनरेट होता है. नॉन डिजेनरेट का मतलब कि हर एक की एनर्जी रहेगी, डिजेनरेट एनर्जी नहीं रहेगी. मतलब टू वेव फंक्शन डोंट गिव द सिंगल एनर्जी. ऐसा ना मतलब मान के चलिए कि psi1 psi2 वेव जो रहेगी, जो फंक्शंस रहेगा, वी गिव द टू डिफरेंट एनर्जीज. क्लियर? बट इन 2D here what is the nature of wave function and what is the nature of energies? वेव फंक्शन जो होता है ऑलवेज मल्टीप्लिकेटिव नेचर होता है. वेव फंक्शन ऑलवेज मल्टीप्लिकेटिव नेचर होता है और एनर्जी जो होती है वो एडिटिव नेचर होता है. क्लियर? मींस व्हाट इज द पोटेंशियल हियर? v ऑफ x, y इज इक्वल टू यस 0. पोटेंशियल तो 0 रहेगा. मान के चलिए दिस इज बॉक्स इज अलोंग द x डायरेक्शंस. हियर पोटेंशियल इज 0 this point to this point, first one, and this is along the y direction. Suppose potential is 0 this point to this point. Clear? Means potential is equal to 0. Where to where? 0 is less than x is less than, suppose width along x direction is a, okay, and width along y direction is b. 0 is less than, y is less than b. Clear? And potential is infinite other than this one. मतलब writing की possibility आपकी कहाँ कौन सी region में? Only present in this region. Yes or no? अब नीचे लिखेंगे तो possible नहीं है. Okay, or we can write on right or left. This one is not possible. Clear? मींस ये लिखने की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी रहेगी? 0 रहेगी. क्लियर? व्हाट इज द पोटेंशियल हियर? पोटेंशियल इज इक्वल टू इनफिनिट. ओके, मैंने पहले ही बोला कि वेव फंक्शन इज अ मल्टीप्लिकेटिव नेचर, एनर्जी इज अ एडिटिव नेचर. हमारे पास कितने वेव फंक्शंस हैं? दो वेव फंक्शंस रहेंगे. कौन से वाले? x एंड y, x, y. बट नेचर इज ऑलवेज मल्टीप्लिकेटिव, मींस psi of x into psi of y, psi of x into psi of y. जैसे भी 1D के लिए था सेम y 2D के लिए किए. psi of x is equal to how much? This one. Same for y also. Means this is equal to how much? Root 2 upon a. Okay, width is a. Hence we can write on the sign nx pi x upon a. Okay. And what is the wave function for y or 2D case? Same like that of 1D. Root 2 upon, but here width is different. Means 2 upon b into sine. Write on here suffix. Okay, for calculation, for understanding only. No need to write on this one. ny pi y upon b. Okay, because function is a multiplicative. Function is multiplicative, and energy is additive. Like u of x comma y. दोनों की energy जो रहेगी, means simply we can write on the ex plus ey, ex plus ey. Clear? Now see here, what is the energy formula? Nx square pi square h cross square upon 2 and a square. Means simply we can write on the nx square plus or nx square upon nx square pi square h cross square upon 2 ma square plus ny square pi square h cross square upon 2mb square. 2mb square. दोनों का एडिशन करिए because energy is additive nature. तो सिंपल क्या हो जाएगा? फिर we can take the common part nx square plus ny square divided by a square plus ny square upon b square into how much? Pi square h cross square upon 2, sorry, don't write on the 2 here, okay, write on here 2 m. m is the mass of particle. तो mass of particle along x and along y direction तो इसको change नहीं होगा, but the distance will be changed, distance will be different, clear, because this is not like a square type, one width is different from another one. And what is the energy then? Energy E is equal to how much? This one. At that time थोड़ा सा 2D में आपको प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा, how to choose the nx and ny values. Okay, इस टाइम थोड़ा सा confusion हो सकता है कि generally you have a very fast, at that time we can choose the nx is equal to 1, ny is equal to 0, and ny is getting non-zero. Or we can choose the nx is equal to 0 and ny is equal to 0, at that time energy become non-zero. आप तो बोले कि quantum mechanics this one is allowed, no problem, but problem arises in functions here. Okay, problem arises in functions. What happens? Suppose we can choose the nx is equal to 0, then first part becomes 0, and y is equal to 1. Second part is not equal to 0, but first part is equal to 0. 0 into something become 0. Clear? Means हमारा wave function 0 हो जाएगा. Wave function 0, energy also 0. Remaining all terms getting 0. इसलिए always focus on wave function. पहले wave function देखिए. वो नॉन जीरो आ रहा है तभी हमारी एनर्जी जो है वो नॉन जीरो आ जाएगी. क्लियर? Means we can choose the nx and y values. Starting nx and y. Nx is equal to 1, and y also 1, 2, 3. Okay, similarly, and so on. Clear? Now here, two different wave functions give the same energy. Then we can say this will be degenerate. Energy formula is equal to how much? Nx, and y is equal to. Suppose मान के चले कि system is a symmetric one. Okay, then A is equal to B. A is equal to B, then what is the energy formula? Nx and y is equal to simple nx square plus ny square bracket complete pi square h cross square upon 2 m square. Because A is equal to B, so both we can take the common outs. Clear? Now, what is the energy levels? What is the ground state energy? What is the first excited? What is the second excited? Okay, सबसे कम होगी. This will be ground state energy. What is the nx and y value starting 1, 1, and y is equal to 1, nx is equal to 1, and y is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 square plus 1 square means E11 energy. And we consider suppose pi square h cross square upon 2 m square is epsilon naught. Then what is the energy? 2 epsilon naught. Next, E12. E12 1 square plus 2 square, 4 plus 1, 5 epsilon naught. Okay, next E21. E21 4 plus 1, 5 epsilon naught. Okay, each time जो हमारा wave function रहेगा, देखिए, what is the wave function for this case? This is equal to root 2 upon a into bracket square for both the cases. Root 2 upon a become square, okay, into sine pi x upon a, because here nx is equal to 1 into sine 2 pi y upon a. Here ny is equal to 2. This is the wave function for 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2 gives the energy is equal to pi epsilon naught. Okay. Now second, psi 2, 1. Psi 2, 1 is equal to again root 2 upon a bracket square or simply 2 upon a into sine 2 pi x upon a into sine pi y upon a. Pi y upon a. Okay. These are two different wave function. इसका जो orientations रहेगा, okay, मतलब particle जो दो wave function में move करेगा will be different orientations. ये दोनों ये दो wave functions रहेंगे different orientation के लिए रहेंगे. ऐसा ना? मतलब वो this wave function are different one. This wave function are different one. मान के चलो कि this particle moving along the in xy plane. Okay, first wave function, and the second wave function, this particle moving along the xz plane. Okay, then we getting the different wave function. Clear? But here like that, the radius will be same. Then we getting the energy will be same. Clear? Like that. Only orientation will be different. Suppose one times this particle is moving like that. Second times this particle is moving like that. But both they have suppose the radius will be same. Okay. At that time energy also we getting the same. Only orientation will be different. These are two different wave function. Give those energy will be same. Then we can say these are degenerate. These are degenerate. Clear? Next, simple addition करिए nx plus ny की. इसके हिसाब से we can choose the nx and ny value. First है minimum addition कितना होगा 2 होगा. Next addition 3. इसके अलावा कुछ पॉसिबिलिटी है? नहीं है। नेक्स्ट, इसके एडिशन 3 होगी, नेक्स्ट होगी 4। 4 तो हम दो टाइप्स के ले सकते हैं, 2 2 ले सकते हैं और 1 3 3 1 भी ले सकते हैं। लेकिन कौन सा वाला पहला आएगा, जिस जो भी कॉम्बिनेशन हमें कम एनर्जी देगा? यस, so we can change the 2 2, then 2 square plus 2 square, 4 plus 4 8, means we're getting the 8 epsilon naught. Clear? Next, 1 3, we're getting the 9 plus 1 10 epsilon naught. This is also getting 10 epsilon naught. How many wave function gives the 10 epsilon naught? The two wave function. Which two wave functions? Root 2 upon a sin pi, root 2 upon a bracket square into sin pi x upon a into sin 3 pi x upon a. Second wave function, sin 3 pi x upon a into sin pi x upon a. Clear? Means here degeneracy is 2. Clear? Next, 4 5, next 5 2 3 5 1 4 भी लिख सकते हैं, 2 3 भी लिख सकते हैं। क्लियर? तो देखिए 1 plus 4 16 plus 1 17 हो जाएगा, और 3 2 9 plus 4 13, means which come early? So e 2 3 come early, okay, as e4 1. 3 9 9 plus 4 13 epsilon naught, and this is a 16 plus and this is a 2 3 first combination, and second combination is 3 2. Okay, means this two combination gives energy is equal to how much? 13 epsilon naught. Clear? Now what is the degeneracy? Here first energy levels are non-degenerate, second two are degenerate, next non-degenerate, next degenerate, next degenerate. So what is the degeneracy for 1D system? Sorry, 2D system. Which 2D system is box? The first 1 2 1, next 2 2 2. Look, कभी-कभी they ask questions on degeneracy. They ask what is the first excited state degeneracy in 2D case. First excited, this is the ground state, first excited, second excited, third excited, and so on. हम state में बात करेंगे. This is first state, this is second state, this is third state, and so on. Clear? Now, then what is the first excited? Means 2. What is the second state? Means 2. What is the second excited? Second excited degeneracy is 1. What is the third state? Degeneracy is 1. Clear? Now simple memorize this 121 to 22. For which box? 2D box. ये total calculation करने की जरूरत है नहीं. We can write down directly 121 to 21. They ask like that is a ground state, first excited, second excited. Okay, like that. Anyone. Directly we can write down this number. Now suppose they are given the wave function is like that. Wave function psi of x is equal to root 2 upon a sin 2 pi x upon a. Okay, लिमिट तो like that is same, 0 is less than x is less than a. इस रीजन में हमारा वेव फंक्शन क्या है? This one. और अनदर रीजन में क्या रहेगा? 0 0 to otherwise क्या रहेगा हमारा वेव फंक्शन? Because particle is not absent outside this region. Clear? Now sometimes they ask the what is the energy measurement on state psi and what is the probability. Okay, yes, what is the measurement? Simple मैंने बोला how to measure O क्या psi is equal to lambda psi. Okay, this condition is satisfied, then lambda is nothing but measurement. Okay, lambda is nothing but measurement. Here energy operator means nothing but H, means the expression of H is nothing but energy. Okay, तो उसका एक्सप्रेशन निकालिए. एक्सप्रेशन x को कैसे बनेगा? देखिए लिमिट 0 to a, okay, root 2 upon a sin 2 pi x upon a, okay, into h means minus h cross square upon 2m double square upon double x square into root 2 upon a sin 2 pi x upon a into dx. Clear? Now we can take the double derivatives. Okay, we can take the double derivative. Then first derivative minus h cross square upon 2m we can take outside. Clear? First one. Second one, take the first derivative. We getting how much? 2 pi by a. Yes or no? First derivative. But sin we getting the plus. Second cos derivative आएगा. Cos का derivative minus 2 pi by a, okay, and here become limit is 0 to a, and this become 2 upon a sine 2 pi x upon a into root 2 upon a sin 2 pi x upon a। इसका इंटीग्रेशन निकालना पड़ेगा, ये सुन लो, इसका जो इंटीग्रेशंस रहेगा वो क्या रहेगा, सिंपल। तो इससे पहले हमें पता होना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी फॉर्मूला। प्रोबेबिलिटी इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच, क्या होता है, सपोज गिवन फंक्शन इज नॉर्मलाइज्ड देन sin to psi star dx is nothing but probability, okay, psi star psi dx is nothing but probability, okay। तो ये मान के चलिए कि दिस विल बी बॉक्स, okay, limit is 0 to a, limit is 0 to a, 0 to a में पार्टिकल प्रेजेंट होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी रहेगी फिर, लिमिट इज 0 to a, मतलब 100% पार्ट और 100% रीजन इज अलाउड, देन टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ द पार्टिकल कितनी होगी, 1 होगी, यस और नो। मान के चलो कि दिस इज क्लासरूम, आप यहाँ प्रेजेंट है तो आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी रहेगी, 1। आपने लिमिट ले लिया वन साइड 0 to a by 2, देन आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी रहेगी, हाफ ऑफ दिस वन, we can take the 1/3, then आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी रहेगी 1/3, clear। मतलब no need to solve this integration, direct memorize, we getting this answer is equal to how much, 1। this is nothing but probability, probability is equal to how much, 1, because the limit is 0 to a and this is nothing but sin to psi star, but here wave function is real, तो psi and psi star दोनों भी कैसे रहेंगे, सेम ही रहेंगे, clear। now this is equal to how much, then minus into minus plus h cross square, okay, h cross square, next pi square upon 2m a into a, 2m square, okay, this 2 into 2 how much, 4, 2 into 2 4, and this energy, okay, energy is equal to how much, 4 into epsilon naught, 4 into epsilon naught, okay। और 0 to a region में sometimes they ask what is the probability, probability is equal to how much, p of epsilon naught is equal to 1, for energy is equal to how much, 4 epsilon naught, and what is the probability or what is the measurement, measurement is a 4 epsilon naught, energy measurement, okay, and probability is equal to how much, 1, okay। sometimes they ask what is the measurement of momentums, okay। what is the measurement of momentum, तो मोमेंटम का मेजरमेंट क्या रहेगा, देखिए, तो साइ इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच, तो साइ इज इक्वल टू हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं इसको, रूट 2 अपॉन ए और रूट 2 अपॉन ए इनटू e टू द पावर i 2 pi x अपॉन ए माइनस e टू द पावर माइनस 2i pi x अपॉन ए डिवाइडेड बाय 2i, ऐसा नो, डिवाइडेड बाय 2i, sin थीटा कैन बी रिटन एज e टू द पावर ix माइनस e टू द पावर माइनस ix अपॉन 2, क्लियर। इसको हम ऐसे स्प्लिट कर सकते हैं, क्लियर। नाउ हमने लास्ट टाइम तो देखा ही है कि व्हाट इज द मेजरमेंट e to the power I by x, what is the measurement px operator is minus I cross w upon beta by x, इसको इस पे ऑपरेट करिए, इसको ऑपरेट कर दिया तो we getting the eigen value is 2 pi by v, okay। what is the measurement for e to the power minus, माइनस के लिए क्या आएगा, minus 2 pi by v, okay। और हमारे पास दो मेजरमेंट्स आ गए, ओके, 2 pi h cross also there, 2 pi h cross upon a and this is minus 2 pi h cross upon a, और इसकी जो प्रोबेबिलिटी रहेगी, यस, दिस मेजरमेंट हैव द प्रोबेबिलिटी इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच, दिस इज स्प्लिटेड इनटू टू पार्ट्स, ये सर मतलब एक पार्ट की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी रहेगी, सिंपल 1/2, व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी फॉर सेकंड पार्ट, minus 2 pi h cross upon a is equal to minus, sorry, 1/2, probability never negatives, probability is equal to how much, 1/2, 1/2, okay। next, sometimes they ask what is the acceptations, sometimes they ask what is the acceptation value of x, acceptation value of x and acceptation value of px, suppose here we can find out the acceptation of px, acceptation of px, तो acceptation of px क्या हो जाएगा, देखिए, तो limit is 0 to a, what is the psi star, psi star is root 2 upon a into sin 2 pi x upon a into minus I h cross double upon double x into root 2 upon a sin 2 pi x upon a। नेट के लिए इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कि व्हाट इज द एक्सप्रेशन वैल्यू ऑफ दिस वन, ओके। माइनस I h cross we can take common out, minus I h cross we can take common out, limit 0 to a Okay, and this becomes sine, this derivative become cos. Okay, and we're getting something is outside, means sine 2 pi x upon a into cos 2 pi x upon a. We know that sine theta into cos theta is equal to 2 times of sine 2 theta. Sorry, theta by 2. Okay, this is equal to how much? Sine 2 theta upon 2. Okay, and what is the sine 2 theta derivative? Sine 2 theta derivative is a cos 2 theta upon 2. Sine theta integration is minus cos 2 theta upon 2. And we can substitute the limit 0 to a. We're getting the cos 2 theta means 2x. Okay, don't worry about the remaining parts. Okay, or simple, we can write on the 2 pi x upon a. Higher limit minus cos, lower limit put करिए, limit 0 to a. Okay, so higher limit cos 2 pi minus cos 0. Cos 2 pi plus 1, cos 0 plus 1, plus 1 get cancel, 1 minus 1 get cancel. Means acceptation of px is equal to how much? 0. तो always memorize करिए, हमारे पास जो वेव फंक्शन था, हमारे पास वेव फंक्शन क्या था? psi of x is equal to how much? Root 2 upon a. Root 2 upon a sin n pi x upon a. Whatever the n values, don't worry about this one. Okay, और sin of x is equal to how much? This one. तो जब भी हमारे पास कभी भी क्वेश्चन आएगा कि what is the acceptation of px, तो always write down the px is equal to 0. For which case wave function must be real. Wave function real है, तो directly we can write down the acceptation of px is equal to 0. Clear? Acceptation px is equal to how much? 0. For psi is a real. Okay. Psi is a real, no need to find out the acceptation of px. Clear? First one. Or acceptation x is equal to 0. Kab 0? Then psi is equal to imaginary. Psi is equal to real and imaginary का मतलब क्या हो गया कि मान के चलिए कि psi 1 of 2x is a imaginary, real function, and this function contain I part. This function contain I part. Then we can say this is a imaginary. Okay, like that. Suppose simple e to the power I kx. Then this function is imaginary. This function is imaginary. At that time, acceptation px is not equal to 0, but acceptation x is equal to how much? 0. Suppose sometimes they ask what is the acceptation of px square. तो उसके टाइम क्या हो जाएगा? Double derivative आएगा. First 2 pi upon a. Next again we getting the 2 pi upon e. Okay, means we getting the 2 times. और जो first derivative क्या आया था? Cos आया था. Again we getting the sin, and sin into sin becomes sin square. Sin square theta integration is not equal to 0 because we getting the sin theta into something. Okay. Next. Actually question जो होते हैं तो परटर्बेशंस रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. देखिए तो इससे पहले कुछ बातें जो है बॉक्स के रिलेटेड हमें पता होनी चाहिए. नाउ दिस बॉक्स इज 0 टू a बॉक्स. ओके, 0 टू a बॉक्स मतलब दिस इज असिमेट्रिक नेचर. ओके, ऑलवेज मेमोराइज दिस इज असिमेट्रिक बॉक्स. असिमेट्रिक बॉक्स, असिमेट्रिक बॉक्स. sin of x is equal to root 2 upon a into sin n pi x upon a. Okay, all n values are allowed. All n values are allowed. Means 0, 1, 2 and so on. Clear? Now second one. Now box is a symmetric nature. Box is symmetric nature. Like that minus a to plus a or anything is minus x to plus x. Then we can symmetric. Symmetric कब होता है? 0 से both sides will be same part. Then we can say this is symmetric one. Clear? So then what is the value of psi of x? So psi of x is equal to, we getting the two wave function. Always memorize. जब भी हमारे पास wave function और potential का nature ऐसे होगा, v of x is equal to 0. In which region? Minus l to plus l or minus a is less than x is less than plus a. मतलब ये हो गया symmetric. जब भी हमारे पास symmetric हो, okay, potential v is equal to 0 and infinity otherwise. Clear? So each time write on the two wave function. We can take the odd pair. We can write on the odd pair. Then sin of x is equal to, okay, root 2 upon a, root 2 upon a. Sorry, width suppose 2a, so 2a is लिखिए, 2 upon 2a. Clear? Width will be same, no problem. Width का कुछ भी 2a, 2a. But here we can write on the cos and sin. Here we can write on the cos and sin. लेकिन cos और sin जो है हमें कैसे डिसाइड करना है? देखिए, तो we can write on the reverse combinations. मतलब आप एक ऑड ले रहे हैं तो सेकंड वाला इवन लीजिए, फर्स्ट वाला ऑड ले लिया तो सेकंड वाला इवन लीजिए, फर्स्ट वाला इवन ले लीजिए तो सेकंड वाला ऑड लीजिए। मतलब साइन ऑफ एक्स मैंने n जो है वो ऑड नंबर चूज कर दिया, n नंबर ऑड चूज कर लिया, मतलब n इज इक्वल टू 1, 3, 5, 7 एंड सो ऑन। क्लियर? 7 एंड सो ऑन। मतलब n इज इक्वल टू ऑड है, तो n इज इक्वल टू ऑड है तो मुझे फंक्शन e1 चूज करना है, फंक्शन e1 चूज करना है। तो फंक्शन e1 क्या है? एक तो cos लिखना है मुझे या sin लिखना है, तो cos n pi x upon width how much 2a। clear? Now here we can choose the n is equal to e1, मतलब 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Don't start from 0, always memorize into how much sin 2 pi x upon a। clear? Sin 2 pi x upon a, n is equal to 2, 4, 6 and so on. This system is applicable for which case? Box is a symmetric one. Box is symmetric, we're getting sine and cos function. They ask, suppose what is the waveform probability for ground state? Probability for ground state means don't choose the sine value. Choose at that time the cos. Choose at that time the cos. Always memorize. When function अब डिसाइड कैसे करेंगे? अभी वो तो मेरे पास जो फंक्शंस है वो सिमेट्रिक है या असिमेट्रिक है, बॉक्स सिमेट्रिक है या असिमेट्रिक है। फोकस ऑन पोटेंशियल। पोटेंशियल में तो डाटा होगा ना, -4 to +4, -2 to +2, -a/2 to +a/2, कुछ भी हो, सेम टू सेम, सिमेट्रिक बॉक्स। Different or symmetric? Asymmetric, no, don't worry about this one. All n values, this we can choose the sign. Yes or no? कभी-कभी दिक्कत क्या होती है कि they are given nature is like that, और आप लेते हैं साइन और they ask what is the ground state, anything. है समझ, मतलब ये थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो जाएगा। And what is the energy for this one? Energy is equal to same like that n square pi square h cross square upon 2m. Up to here no problem. But what is the width here? Width is 2, then this can be written as 2a bracket square. Clear? Suppose box width is increased. What happens in energy? Suppose 0 to L. Box length. Suppose this box length will be increased doubled. Then what happens in energy? 0 to 2L suppose. Then energy will become n square pi square h cross square upon how much? 2m into how much? 2L bracket square. For 0 to L, energy is equal to n square pi square h cross square upon 2m L square. Clear? When width will be increased, energy decrease. Width will be increased, energy decrease. How much time? Suppose this is a 4 times of 1/4 of original energy. 1/4 of original energy. Okay. Now system is 1D. Now sometimes they ask the questions. Okay, which of the following wave function gives the energy like that of 14 pi square h cross square upon 2m square. 14 pi square h cross square upon 2m l square or 2m square, whatever this one. तो हमें इसे फंक्शन चूज करना है कि यार किसका वेव फंक्शन जो है वो 14 एनर्जी दे रहा है। तो सिंपल पता है कि व्हाट इज द विड्थ ऑफ बॉक्स √2 upon L सपोज इनटू sin pi x upon L इनटू sin pi y upon L। ओके, हां दिस ब्रैकेट स्क्वायर लिखिए। हमें जितनी भी एनर्जी गिवन है उसके हिसाब से हियर nx एंड ny चूज करिए। ओके, हमें कितनी एनर्जी दी है? 14 एनर्जी दी है। ओके, तो 14 किसका बन सकता है? धीरे-धीरे 13 हो सकते हैं क्या? 14 नहीं आ सकता 2D में। ओके, क्लियर? तो 14, डोंट चूज द 14 हियर। सपोज 13, we can choose here is a 13। okay, then what is the nx and ny values here? nx 2, ny 3, 3 3 9, 9 plus 4, मतलब ऐसे ऑप्शंस रहेंगे। नेक्स्ट ऑप्शंस रहेगा 2 4 1 4 1 3 इज लाइक दैट। ओके, लेकिन इसकी एडिशन जो रहेगी दिस इज नॉट इक्वल टू 13 pi square h cross square upon 2 ml square। clear? Now suppose they are given the system is a 3D box। okay, तो 3D में 14 आ सकता है, 3D 14, then psi of x is equal to 14 epsilon naught, then psi is equal to how much? Then 2 upon L, bracket is to how much? Cube into sin, yes, pi x upon L, sin pi y upon L, sin pi z upon L। clear? Then what is the nx and y and z values? Here nx 1, ny 2, nz 3. Okay, मतलब we can choose the nx, ny, nz value is equal to 1, 2, 3. 3 square 9. 9 plus 4 13. 13 plus 1 14. Which of the following option is correct? This one is correct. Okay. Suppose 28. 28 आ सकता है. 14. Suppose 2 3 4 16 2 2. Suppose 2 2 4 2 16 16 24. Okay. Suppose energy is like that. E is equal to 12 pi square h cross square upon ml square and the system is 3D. And what is the wave function? Which of the following wave function gives this energy? The system is 2D, then 2 upon a bracket is to how much? 3 by 2. Bracket is to 3 by 2. Need to choose the sin x and ny nz values. Yes, nx ny nz value. Here is a 12. 12 तो कोई भी नंबर नहीं आता इन 3D केस. Yes or no? आप बोलेंगे 2 2 2 तो यस आ रहा है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. लेकिन here जो 2 होना चाहिए वो नहीं है. Because they are given the width of box is how much? L or A. Then we can choose. First write down the properly energies. How to write down the energies? 24 pi square h cross square upon 2 ml square. तभी तो आपका आंसर जो है वो करेक्ट आएगा. नहीं तो आप देखेंगे 12 है तो जनरली एडिशन करेंगे तो ऐसे नहीं आंसर आएगा. Clear? This can be written as 2 2 2. Okay, means what is the wave functions for energies of 12 pi square h cross square upon ml square is जो भी फंक्शंस रहेगा जिसकी वैल्यू nx ny nz जो रहेगी 2 2 2 रहेगी. Clear? Now wave function for 3D case is a multiplicative. Psi of x comma y comma z can be written as psi of x into psi of y into psi of z. Yes or no? Because this is the multiplicative nature. हमें तो पता होता है कि what is the value of psi of x? Psi of x means root 2 upon a into sin nx pi x upon a. y के लिए root 2 upon a into sin ny pi y upon a into sin z के लिए root 2 upon a into sin nz pi z upon a. Clear? This is the wave function for x, y, z or 3D case. And energy are additive natures. Energy are additive natures. E is equal to like that Ex plus Ey plus Ez. Ex plus Ey plus Ez. And this is equal to how much simple? We can write the nx square plus a square. Suppose we can take the a, we can choose this is a b, and this is chosen as a c. Okay. Then this is equal to how much? Nx square upon a square plus ny square upon b square plus nz square upon c square bracket complete pi square h cross square upon 2m upon 2m. Don't write on the 2mx square because here sides are different. Then nx square upon a square plus ny square upon b square plus nz square upon c square bracket complete pi square h cross square upon 2m. This is the energy for 3D box. This is the energy for 3D box. Then what is the energy levels? Ground state. So we can choose the E11. Okay, E11, or we can choose the symmetric box. Okay, symmetric cube. Then A is equal to B is equal to C. Then energy E is equal to nx square plus ny square plus nz square bracket complete pi square h cross square upon 2 ml square. Okay, pi square h cross square upon 2 ml square. Okay, these are energies. A is equal to this one. And what is the relation? A is equal to B is equal to C. What is the ground state? We choose the nx, ny, nz value. This wave function is not equal to 0. ये जो wave function है वो 0 नहीं आना चाहिए. Clear? तो nx, ny, nz 1 1 1. तो addition 3 से start हो रहा है तो next addition 4 हो जाएगी, next 5 and so on. 3 1 plus 1 plus 1 तो 3 epsilon naught. Next मान के चलो मैंने e1 1 2 मतलब 4 additions लेना है मुझे तो 1 1 2 लिख सकता हूँ मैं. Next e1 2 1 लिख सकता हूँ. Next A2 1 1 लिख सकता हूँ. ओके, और हर एक के लिए हमारे पास एनर्जी जो रहेगी 2 square 4 4 plus 2 become 6 epsilon naught. मतलब how many wave function gives the energy is equal to 6 epsilon naught? तो 3 wave function. मतलब ये wave functions कैसे रहेंगे? देखिए फर्स्ट वन psi pi x upon e, sin pi y upon e and sin 2 pi z upon e, फर्स्ट वाला. सेकंड वाला वेव फंक्शंस कैसा रहेगा? sin pi x upon e, sin 2 pi y upon 2 pi y upon e, and थर्ड वाला रहेगा sin pi z upon e, and थर्ड केस के लिए sin 2 pi x upon e, sin pi y upon e, sin pi z upon e. Clear? And what is the energy? 6 epsilon naught. मतलब these three wave functions give the energy is equal to 6 epsilon naught. So what is the degeneracy? The degeneracy is a 3. Next 4 लिखना है मुझे. तो 4 कैसे? Sorry 4 तो लिख दिया. So this getting it. Okay. Next 113 लिख सकता हूँ मैं. 113. तो 113 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 1 11. Okay. 6 से ज्यादा है, बाकी कॉम्बिनेशन से वो कम होनी चाहिए. Next E31 x E311. Okay, और इसका जो एनर्जी रहेगा this become 10 epsilon naught. How many wave function gives 3 epsilon? 3 wave function gives this energy. Next 10 इंटीग्रल t 4 हो गया. नेक्स्ट 5 एडिशंस हम ले सकते हैं. ओके तो 4 एडिशंस तो हो गया. 2 2 2 4 4 तो 2 5 तो 1 1 2 2 2 1. ओके 2 2 1 भी लिख सकते हैं हम. 2 2 1 का क्या हो जाएगा? देखिए 2 2 1 तो 4 4 plus 4 4 4 plus 4 4 8 8 plus 1 9. Okay, so this wave function also gives the energies 2 2 1. This getting 9 epsilon naught. मतलब ये जो वेव फंक्शन है बिफोर पहले आ जाएगा एनर्जी लेवल्स, इसके बाद 10 एप्सिलॉन नॉट आएगा बिकॉज़ 10 एप्सिलॉन नॉट इज ग्रेटर देन 9 एप्सिलॉन नॉट. अरे समझ में? नेक्स्ट एडिशन 5 होगी. नेक्स्ट एडिशन विल बी 6 2 2 2. क्लियर? 2 2 2 एनर्जी एक ही कॉम्बिनेशन आएगा बिकॉज़ रिपीटेड विल बी सेम. सो दिस बिकम 12 एप्सिलॉन नॉट. ओके ऐसे हम सॉल्व करते जाएंगे. फर्स्ट नॉन डिजेनरेट, सेकंड ट्रिपली डिजेनरेट, थर्ड ट्रिपली डिजेनरेट, fourth triply generate, fifth non degenerate. Non degenerate means 1. तो ऐसे कॉम्बिनेशन हम 3D के लिए सॉल्व करते जाएंगे. तो वी गेटिंग द कॉम्बिनेशन इज लाइक दैट 1 3 3 1 6 3 3 3. मतलब 3D के लिए आप कौन से भी स्टेट के लिए डिजेनरेसी पूछेंगे तो वी कैन मेमोराइज दिस वन. 1 3 3 1 s 1 6 3 3. 6 कौन से कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए आएगा? तो दिस गेटिंग इन 7. 7 कॉम्बिनेशन कैसे लिख सकते हैं? मैं 1 2 3 सॉरी 5 plus 6 के लिए आएगा 3 plus 1. Here is the 3 difference. We getting the 6 combinations. All are same, 1 combination. 2 are same, 3 combination. 3 are different. We getting the 6 combination. 1 2 3 3 2 1. Next 2 1 3. And वो जो interchange कर दिया तो और 3 बन जाएगी. We getting this one. System is a non-degenerate. Sorry. System is unperturbed. ये जो system है unperturbed है. System कोई disturb नहीं है. जो भी है रेगुलर फॉर्म में. तो वी गेटिंग द डिजेनरेसी लाइक दैट 1 3 3 1 s 3 3. क्लियर? मेमोराइज दिस वन. 2D के लिए 121 222 121 221 इस भी क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट कुछ डिस्टर्ब हो गया एनर्जी में. मतलब कैसे डिस्टर्ब होता है देखिए. Suppose we consider the 2D system. अब हमारी जो विड्थ है तो मान के चलिए कि b is equal to a दिए है. b is equal to how much? 2a. तो हमारा वेव फंक्शंस कैसे रहेगा? वेव फंक्शंस psi of x, y. Psi of x, y is equal to √2 upon a into sin pi x upon a or n pi x upon a into √2 upon how much width? 2a. 2a into sin ny pi y upon how much? 2a. Okay, now this is a wave function. What is the energy for this case? Energy E nx ny is equal to nx square upon width. Width is how much? A square plus ny square upon how much? 4a square, because b is equal to how much? 2a into pi square h cross square upon how much? 2ma square. Clear? इस इक्वेशन से हम क्या बाहर निकाल सकते हैं? तो we can choose the, sorry, don't write down the 2 here and the square. There is simply 2. write down 2m, that's it. Okay. Now from this equation we can take the a square also common out. A square also common out. Okay. A square also common out. Then this equation become nx square, or we can divide by 4 and multiply by 4. Then this equation become 4 nx square plus ny square bracket complete upon 4 into pi square epsilon naught square upon 2m a square. Okay, and this part is nothing but epsilon naught. Okay, means this equations become 4 nx square plus ny square bracket complete into epsilon naught by 4. Epsilon naught by 4. So ground state we can choose the nx ny is equal to 1 1 1 4 plus 1 means we getting 5 epsilon naught by 4. Okay, नेक्स्ट एनर्जी क्या लिख सकते हैं हम 2 लिख सकते हैं यस 2 एनर्जी बिकम 2 स्क्वायर 4 प्लस 4 into 4 16 20 एप्सिलॉन नॉट यस और नो लेकिन जब हमें इंक्रीजिंग फॉर्म में लिखना है तो टू राइट ऑन दिस वन 1 1 नेक्स्ट लिखना पड़ेगा 1 2 डोंट राइट ऑन द 2 1 बिकॉज 2 1 लिखेंगे तो ज्यादा हो जाएगा ओके 4 plus 4 8 means this become 8 by 4 epsilon naught clear next 2 1 लिख दिया तो this become larger हो जाएगा तो you can write down the 1 3 9 means this become 13 by 4 epsilon naught next we can write down the 2 1 then e21 is equal to getting 17 by 4 epsilon naught 17 by 4 epsilon naught and so on बस हमें इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर से लिखना है ये बात हमको याद होनी चाहिए क्लियर नेक्स्ट अब देखिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट पे है ये कि हमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात क्या है कि व्हाट इज द एक्सेप्टेशन ऑफ x इन बॉक्स सिस्टम एक्सेप्टेशन ऑफ x इज इक्वल टू क्या होता है तो दिस इज नथिंग बट psi x psi so what is the value of psi x psi now here we can see the box system then box is equal to how much 2 upon a integration suppose 0 to a okay what is the nature potential v of x is equal to 0 in which region 0 is less than x is less than a and infinity otherwise clear now what is the psi star this is a real function then sin psi star will be okay sin n pi x upon a x into root 2 upon a sin n pi x upon a into dx clear now root 2 upon a we can take common out but this become 2 upon a limit 0 to a okay sin into sin square but this is a real means multiplication no problem okay here is no any derivative part तो order matter नहीं होगा तो sin into sin become sin square okay तो sin square n pi x upon a into dx clear now तो 2 upon a into ये कैसे सॉल्व करना देखिए तो 0 to a x write down as it is and sin square का फॉर्मूला क्या लिख सकते हैं sin square can be written as sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta होता है means we can write down the 2 n pi x upon a divided by 2 into dx clear आ रहा है समझ में मतलब sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2 always memorize sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2 and cos square theta is equal to how much cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2 always memorize these two formulas okay and then this 2 get cancelled means here is 1 upon a integration x into dx first one and the second integration is x into cos 2 n pi x upon a into dx clear what is the first integration value first the x integration is x square by 2 and what is the limit 0 to a here also 0 to a 1 upon a into first integration is x square by 2 what is the second integration how to solve this integration we can use the trick take the x differentiation 1, 1 differentiation 0, and cos का इंटीग्रेशन लीजिए, cos की इंटीग्रेशन cos 2n pi x अपॉन ए का इंटीग्रेशन रहेगा a अपॉन 2 pi और 2n pi into sin n pi x अपॉन ए sin 2n pi x अपॉन a. ओके, नेक्स्ट sin की इंटीग्रेशन माइनस cos रहेगा और ये जो है वो बनेगा a स्क्वायर अपॉन 2n pi ब्रैकेट स्क्वायर माइनस टेक आउटसाइड इनटू cos 2n pi x अपॉन a. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्या करिए तो क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन करिए. नेक्स्ट वी कैन टेक द क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन. फर्स्ट वी कैन टेक द साइन इज प्लस, सेकंड टाइम टेक minus. Okay, here sign is plus, sin plus become plus, means a upon 2n pi, a into 2n pi into x into sin n pi x upon a, n pi x upon a, limit 0 to a, minus, and minus become plus 1 into a square upon 2n pi x into cos 2n pi x upon a, limit is 0 to a. Clear? Now 0 to a, substitute the higher limit, a get cancelled, sin n pi, we can choose the any n value, become 0, 0, sin 0, 0. Clear? Similarly, in second integrations, a get cancelled, cos 2n pi always plus 1, cos 0 plus 1, 1 minus 1, so this value is equal to how much? 0. This one is important, no? पहले तो आपको डायरेक्ट डाइजेस्ट हो जाएगा, लेकिन सेकंड के लिए थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. तो 0 minus 0 means what is this one? 1 upon a into a square by 2. Okay, 1 a get cancelled. What is this one? A by 2. Means what is the acceptation of x in asymmetric harmonic oscillator is equal to how much? A by 2. Acceptation value in this is equal to how much? A by 2. Clear? Now wave function psi is equal to how much? Root 2 upon a into sin n pi x upon a. What is the acceptation x? Acceptation x is equal to a by 2. A means width of box. Always memorize. 0 is less than x is less than a. Is regional member function vary हो रहा है, तो what is the acceptation of x? This one. Okay. Similarly, what is the acceptation of y? Suppose system we consider the 2D. Then psi of x comma y is equal to how much? Root 2 upon a into sin n pi x upon a into root 2 upon a sin n pi y upon a. Clear? Now at that time they ask what is the acceptation of x. At that time they ask what is the acceptation of x. अभी तो 1D सिस्टम नहीं है, अभी 2D सिस्टम है. तो what is the acceptation of x? Acceptation of x is equal to limit 0 to a, limit 0 to a. Okay, psi into psi star. Now this total is psi, huh? But this one is a real, both psi and psi star will be same. Sin n pi x upon a into root 2 upon a sin n pi y upon a x into root 2 upon a into sin n pi x upon a into root 2 upon a sin n pi y upon a into dx dy. Into how much? Dx dy. Okay. अब इसे split करेंगे. Okay. कैसे स्प्लिट करेंगे? 0 to a into root 2 upon a into sin n pi x upon a x into root 2 upon a into sin n pi x upon a into how much? Dx. Okay, and second one is 0 to a root 2 upon a into sin n pi y upon a into root 2 upon a into sin n pi y upon a into dy. Okay, this is like that, this is like that. Yes, this is psi star, this one is nothing but psi. 0 to a, yes, psi star into psi dx. Simple. Region is a total region, 100% region. तो 100% region में पार्टिकल प्रेजेंट होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी रहेगी? सिंपल सी बात है, तो 1 ही रहेगी. ओके, मतलब दिस इंटीग्रेशन वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच? 1. ओके, और दिस पार्ट इज नथिंग बट, दिस इज साई स्टार, दिस इज नथिंग बट साई. तो इसे कैसे लिख सकते हैं हम? साई स्टार एक्स साई इंटू 1. अभी तो हमने सॉल्व कर दिया. यस, दिस इज नथिंग बट एक्स, एक्स इज नथिंग बट साई इंटू, acceptation of x is nothing but psi star x psi. Okay, and what is the value of psi star? Psi psi star x psi star psi x, सॉरी हाँ यह जो हमने सॉल्व कर दिया तो psi x psi is nothing but acceptation of x, and what is the acceptation of x value here? Acceptation of x is equal to in box system is equal to how much? A by 2, और asymmetric box acceptation x कितना होता है तो 1 by 2 होता है. Okay, now means this value is equal to how much? A by 2 into 1 is simply A by 2, means for 2D case acceptation x A by 2. Clear? Now system is 3D. Suppose system is 3D. System is 3D means psi of x comma y comma z is equal to root 2 upon a bracket is to 3 into sin pi x upon a into sin pi y upon a into sin pi z upon a. Clear? This is the wave function of sin of x comma y comma z. Okay. और हमें एक्सेप्टेशन x निकालना है, एक्सेप्टेशन x निकालना है. तो अगेन वी गेटिंग लाइक दैट, यस psi x psi, और सेकंड वाला क्या रहेगा लाइक psi of y into psi of z ओके. psi of z मींस क्या? तो इंटीग्रेशंस 0 to a psi star of y into psi of y into dy. Okay, similarly 0 to a psi star of z into psi of z into dz. mean this is nothing but probability. कौन से रीजन में probability? 0 to a रीजन में. 0 to a रीजन में probability कितनी होगी? 1. 0 to a रीजन में along z direction probability become 1. Okay, means 1 into 1. Okay, और this acceptation of x is nothing but all region में acceptation value कितनी होती है? तो a by 2. means acceptation of x is equal to how much? A by 2. For which case potential V is equal to 0. 0 is less than x is less than a. 0 is less than y is less than a. 0 is less than z is less than a. इस potential के लिए x is equal to how much? A by 2. Now next, suppose system is again 2D and they ask what is the acceptation of x, acceptation y, acceptation x y. Okay, already acceptation x को देखा हमने. acceptation x is equal to a by 2, acceptation y is equal to a by 2. जब हम x और y कॉमन ले लेंगे at the same time ले लेंगे तो this become like that, psi of x क्या होगा? psi of x, और सेकंड वाला पार्ट जो रहेगा psi of y psi of y. Okay, this is nothing but acceptation of x, this is nothing but acceptation of y, और acceptation of x क्या होता है? a by 2. acceptation of y a by 2 means a by 2 into a by 2 is equal to how much? a square upon 4. a square upon 4. Suppose मान के चलिए कि here width will be different. 2D system दिया है और width different है, मतलब potential V is equal to 0. कौन से region में? 0 is less than x is less than a and 0 is less than y is less than b. So what is the acceptation x and y? Acceptation a by 2. Acceptation y b by 2. What is the acceptation x y? Acceptation y is equal to ab upon 4. अरे समझ में? Next system is 3D. System क्या बोलेंगे हम? 3D लेंगे. Yes, 3D means potential V of x is equal to 0. 0 is less than x is less than a. 0 is less than y is less than b, and 0 is less than z is less than c. अरे समझ में? मतलब here width will be different one. Then what is the acceptation of x? Acceptation of x is equal to क्या आएगा? देखिए psi of x psi of x. Okay, and second वाला क्या रहेगा? 0 to b psi star of y into psi of y into dy into 0 to c psi star of z into dz, psi of z into dz. This is nothing but wave function in region 0 to a. Sin to sin square is nothing but probability function, and integrate, we can take the integration within the probability. Okay, this is nothing but probability, this is nothing but probability. इस रीजन में probability कितनी होगी? 1. This region probability is equal to 1. Okay, and acceptation of x is nothing but a by 2. a by 2 into 1 into 1 is nothing but a by Clear? Next, acceptation y, same b by 2. At that time probability 1 into b by 2 into 1. Okay. Z directions. At that time c by 2, 1 into c by 2. Clear? Next, suppose you can find out the xy, acceptation of x1. Then this is equal to how much? A by 2 into b by 2 into 1. And this is equal to how much? AB upon 4. Next, yz. 1 into b by 2 into c by 2. And this is equal to how much? BC upon 4. Next, xz. Yes, a by 2 into 1 into c by 2 is equal to AC upon how much? 4. Next, मान के चलिए कि तीनों का भी एक्सेप्टेशन पूछा है x, y, z. Then we are getting a by 2 into b by 2 into c by 2. Clear? And this is equal to how much simply? ABC upon 8 upon 8. Suppose system is A is equal to B is equal to C. Then acceptation xy, yz, xz is equal to how much? Simply a square by 4. Okay? And xyz is equal to a to the power 3 upon how much? 8. A to the power 3 upon 8. Okay. A to the power 3 upon 8. मतलब वो परटर्बेशन में जब भी हमें फाइंड आउट करना वैल्यू होता है तब याद रखिए वी गेटिंग द डायरेक्ट आंसर्स. Suppose sometimes they are given the wave function psi is equal to suppose root 3 upon 3 kate phi 1 plus 2 upon root 3 kate phi 2 plus root 2 upon 3 kate phi 3. Okay. तो verify करिए कि this function is normalized or not normalized. Okay. What is the coefficient? Kate psi can be written as C1 phi 1 plus C2 phi 2 plus C3 phi 3. Now given function is normalized, then product is equal to yes mod C1 square plus mod C2 square plus mod C3 square is equal to कितना होता है 1 आ गया. तो we can say given function is normalized. What is the coefficient? C1 means root 3 upon 3. What is the coefficient? 2 upon root 3. What is the coefficient? 3 state root 2 upon 3. Okay, take the squaring of this one, then we are getting 3 by 3 plus 4 by 3 plus 2 by 3. 2 plus 4 sorry 4 plus 2 6 plus 3 9. Okay, 9 upon squaring this square means 9 upon 9. This given function is normalized. Now sometimes they ask what is the wave function after time t. Then psi of x comma t is equal to psi of x comma 0 into e to the power minus I e n t upon h cross. तो कैसे लिखेंगे देखिए, तो root 3 upon 3 phi 1 e to the power minus energy लिखिए, here is 1 write down here is 1 e t upon h cross. Next 2 upon root 3 कितना कौन सा स्टेट है? phi 2 स्टेट है, तो e to the power minus I e 2 t upon h cross. नेक्स्ट कौन सा स्टेट है? 3 स्टेट है, तो root 2 upon 3 e phi 3 into e to the power minus I e 3 t upon h cross. Clear? Now suppose they are given suppose 810 particles. They are given how much? 810 पार्टिकल्स। कितने पार्टिकल्स गिवन है मान के चलिए कि 810 पार्टिकल्स है और उन्होंने बोला है कि हाउ मेनी पार्टिकल प्रेजेंट इन 5 स्टेट, 5 स्टेट एंड 5 स्टेट। तो सिंपल नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल n इज इक्वल टू लीजिए तो n1 into probability, yes or no, 81 into probability, okay, number of particles। तो पहली स्टेट है, पहली स्टेट के लिए प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होती है, तो प्रोबेबिलिटी का फॉर्मूला होता है कि मान के चलिए कि 5 स्टेट है तो मुझे फर्स्ट में फाइंड आउट करना है, तो 51 into psi mod square upon psi upon psi। Now given function is normalized, then what is the psi value? Psi value is equal to 1, clear। तो 51 with the 51 तो कोएफिशिएंट कितना हो गया, this is equal to how much, 3 by 3, 3 upon 9 means this is equal to how much, 1 by 3। the number of particles, what is this, is probability is equal to how much, p1 p2 कैसे निकलना देखिए कि 52 with ये देखिए 51 मैंने कैसे निकाला, p1 कैसे निकाला देखिए, तो 51 with the psi value is equal to how much, 51 with 51 non zero, 5 with 52 0, 5 with 53 0। Means what is this coefficient, √3 upon 3 51, यही नॉन जीरो आएगा, बाकी सब जीरो आ जाएंगे, डिवाइडेड बाय psi। तो ये तो नॉर्मलाइज है तो डिनोमिनेटर पार्ट बिकम कितना आएगा, 1 आएगा। मतलब p1 is equal to simply 3 square √3 square 3 upon 9 is equal to how much, 1 by 3। नेक्स्ट सिमिलरली p2 is equal to क्या आएगा, 52, कौन सा पार्ट सर हो जाएगा, 52 with 51 0, 52 with 52 नॉन जीरो, 52 with 2 upon √3 52, okay, mod square upon 52 1 means b2 is equal to how much, 4 by 9, 4 by sorry 9, यहाँ 3 नहीं है, √3 is not there, this is a 3 only, so 3, clear। And what is the p3, 4 by 9 and p3 is equal to 2 by 9। then n1 number of particle present in state is equal to how much, 1 by 3 into 810 n2 is equal to how much, 4 by 9 into 810, okay, and n3 is equal to how much, 2 by 9 into 810, clear। so divided by 9 into 90, okay, this is equal to how much, 90 particles, yes or no, now I can see, so this become particle is equal to how much, sorry 1 by 3 is there na, sorry 1 by 3 not 9, 1 by 3, this is a 1 by 3, okay, so this become 270। नेक्स्ट वाला जो पार्ट रहेगा दिस गेटिंग 360 एंड नेक्स्ट जो है वो 180। we can add these terms, we getting total number of particle is equal to how much, means n1 number of particle present in which state, 51 state, n2 number of particle present in which state, 52 state, n3 number of particle present in which state, 53 state, like that questions asked on negatives। yes, okay, today's session is over now।